There is something in my bedroom. It has been in there for 2 weeks. I have not given it food. I have not given it water. It should be dead by now. It is not dead. Last night, at 2:47 in the morning, I watched the door handle slowly turn. I need to tell you how we got here. Because none of this makes sense unless you understand what happened before the cat, before the photographs, before the note, before I understood that whatever is in this apartment with me is not here to haunt me. It's here to replace me. Her name was Claire. She died on a Tuesday in January. Sudden cardiac event. 29 years old. No warning. No goodbye. Here one morning, gone before noon. The hospital called me while I was in a meeting about quarterly projections. And I remember thinking, as I drove to the hospital, that I needed to reschedule a conference call. That's the thing about sudden loss that nobody tells you. Your brain doesn't know what to do with it, so it just keeps scheduling conference calls. For weeks. We had lived together for 2 years in this apartment. After she died, I kept everything the way she'd left it for the first month. Her shampoo in the shower. Her reading glasses on the nightstand. The sticky note on the fridge where she'd written, "Buy more lemons," in her loopy, slanted handwriting. It was the second month when I started trying to clean up. Not erase her, just breathe. Just function. I packed away her clothes. I put her books in a box. I cleaned out the bathroom cabinet and lined up my own products in a row. My green tea face wash. My navy blue deodorant. My blue toothbrush. Blue. My favorite color. Always has been. I left one thing of hers out. Her red toothbrush, still in its original packaging, still sealed in plastic. I don't know why I kept it. I just couldn't throw it away. I put it in the back of the cabinet behind everything else. And I didn't think about it. That was a mistake. The first strange thing happened in early March. About 3 months after she died. I bought paper towels. That sounds absurd, I know. But hear me out. I am a Bounty person. Have been my entire adult life. Thick, quilted, reliable. Claire liked the store brand. The thin kind that falls apart if you look at it wrong. We used to argue about it. The way couples argue about stupid things. Because it's easier than arguing. About real things. I bought Bounty. I always buy Bounty. But when I opened the cabinet under the sink, there was a roll of store brand paper towels. Already half used. I stood there for a long time looking at it. I told myself I must have bought the wrong thing without thinking. Grief brain. I'd been doing things like that, driving to places and not remembering how. I got there, putting my keys in the freezer. You know, I threw the roll away and bought Bounty. The next week, it happened again. Store brand. Half used. Under the sink. I started noticing other things after that. A fork in my silverware drawer that didn't match my set. Slightly different handle, slightly heavier. I own exactly 8 forks. I've owned them since college. Now there were 9. A throw pillow on my couch that I didn't recognize. Dark green, velvet fabric. I'd never owned anything velvet in my life. Claire loved velvet. A coffee mug in the back of the cabinet, chipped white with a small painted sunflower on the side. I had never seen it before, but I recognized it. I recognized it because Claire had a mug exactly like that at her mother's house when she was growing up. She'd mentioned it once. Just once, in passing. How would I even own that mug? I held it for a long time. Then I put it back in the cabinet. I did not throw it away. I want to be honest with you. Because this is important for understanding everything that comes after. There was a part of me, a grieving, desperate, irrational part, that found these things comforting. Like she was checking in. Like she was saying I'm still here. Like maybe the universe had made some kind of terrible mistake and was slowly correcting it. I know how that sounds. I know. But grief makes you want to believe things. It makes you reach for anything that means she isn't just gone. Completely, permanently, absolutely gone. So I didn't call anyone. I didn't tell my therapist. I just let it happen. And that is the worst mistake I have ever made. It was a Wednesday night when things stopped. Feeling like comfort and started. Feeling like something else entirely. I went to brush my teeth before bed. Routine. Automatic. I reached for my blue toothbrush in the holder. It wasn't there. In its place was a red toothbrush. Not sealed in packaging. Not new. Used. The bristles slightly worn. Slightly splayed in that way that means someone has been brushing their teeth with it regularly. I looked at it for a very long time. Then I opened the bathroom cabinet, where I had left Claire's red toothbrush sealed in its original packaging. Behind everything else, at the back of the shelf. It was gone. The shelf where I had placed it was empty. My blue toothbrush was not in the cabinet. It was not on the counter. It was not in the trash. I searched the entire bathroom. I searched the apartment. My toothbrush, the one that had been in the holder that morning, the one I had used that morning, was gone, and in its place was hers. Used. I sat on the bathroom floor for a while. I don't know how long. I told myself there had to be an explanation. Sleepwalking. Maybe I'd heard grief could cause that. Or maybe I'd thrown it away in a dissociative episode and replaced it with hers. Without knowing. Maybe I'd wanted, on some unconscious level, to have something of hers that felt used, lived in. Real. I used the red toothbrush that night. I told myself it was fine. It was not fine. The sheets appeared on a Thursday. I came home from work to find my bed made, which was strange, because I had not made my bed and covered in red flannel sheets that were not mine. Not just not mine, they were hers. I mean that precisely. Claire had spent an entire autumn trying to convince me to buy red flannel sheets. She loved them, said they felt like being wrapped in a fireplace. I hated them. I said red sheets looked like a crime scene. She laughed. She never bought them because we couldn't agree. She never owned these sheets. But here they were, washed, pressed, fitted onto my mattress like they had always been there. And they smelled. The narration breaks, just slightly. Recovers. They smelled like her. Her specific laundry detergent. The kind with the faint cedar and vanilla. I hadn't smelled that scent in 3 months, and I had not realized how much. I had been waiting to smell it again. I stood in the doorway of my own bedroom for probably 10 minutes. Then I went and slept on the couch. Over the following week, the smells got worse. Or better, depending on how you look at it. I'd walk into the kitchen and smell her morning moisturizer, this citrus and almond thing she put on every day. I'd walk into the living room and catch a trace of her perfume, the woody floral one she wore on weekends. The bathroom started smelling like her specific brand of conditioner, which I had thrown away months ago. There was nothing producing these smells. No products in the cabinet, no bottles under the sink. Just scent, appearing in rooms like a memory with a physical form. I started talking to her. I know. But when you smell someone, when your body recognizes someone before your brain has a chance to stop it, the words just come out. I miss you. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. I'm in all of it. I should have been more scared. The note ended the comfort. I found it on the kitchen table on a Sunday afternoon. A piece of paper, folded in half, written in her handwriting. The same looping, slanted script as the sticky note on the fridge. I recognized the handwriting before I recognized the words. I sat down. I unfolded it. I'm not going to read you the whole thing, but I will tell you this. 6 weeks before Claire died, I had a phone call with my friend Marcus. A private call. Late at night, after Claire had gone to sleep, out on the balcony. And I told Marcus that I was thinking about ending the relationship. That I loved her, but I wasn't sure I was in love with her anymore. That I was scared of hurting her, scared of being alone, scared of making a mistake in either direction. I had never told anyone else about that call. Claire had never shown any sign of knowing about it. The note contained a transcription of that conversation. Not a paraphrase. A transcription. Details, turns of phrase. Specific words I'd used, that no one could have known unless they had been there.